All right, guys, welcome to the hot seat. I'm your host, CJ of Cooking with CJ fame. We have a great show tonight. I'm excited. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Horsman's in the house. We're excited. I need to get that applause track. Whatever. This is exciting. Dude, we finally get to see the face. That's the biggest thing. We get to see the face. That's awesome. All right, before we get going, I want to introduce my host, the co-host with the most, Kent Vandy Weird. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Doing well.
You ready to do this?
Yeah. I need that extra paycheck. I lost a day last week.
Right on. How you doing, brother? All right. Before we get going even further, I want to introduce our dope mods in the chat. We got Hobo Nichol BBQ, Scotty's in there, Jay from Leprakon BBQ, Kirby, Red. I think that's everybody. Jay, Kirby, Red. Yeah. All right. We got 5 mods. I don't think they're all here yet, but we're gonna see them as they come in. All right. I'll give a shout out to the people in the chat that I see so far. We got Dan from Smoky Goodness, Mega Fred Zeppelin's in the house. Mega Fred, what up? Rythrol, that's Meathead's son, Meat Cranium's son. See Miss Booger's in the house. Keith Bettag, Nigel, Jimmy Q, Smoking Joe's Barbecue, the real Joey B, Cookout Coach. Let's see Tom's famous sister-in-law, Joan Peters, Soul Food Cooking, Goody 869. I'm digging it, guys. Meat Cranium Barbecue and Review. God, Meathead, killing me with that. Let's see here. Eric Roundhouse Ranch. Christy's Cooking Channel. How you doing, girl? Tell Lyle I said hi. Give him a hug for me. Let's see. Heavy Metal Barbecue's here for Tom. Hey, I appreciate you showing up, brother. I really do. All right. I think that's pretty much everybody. Southern Smoke Boss, if I didn't mention you. How you doing, bro? All right. Tom, welcome, brother. Say hi to the people.
How you doing, folks? And I tell you what, I was telling CJ before, and I think I even put it on my YouTube, that this whole thing made me a little nervous because I'm the guy behind the hands. You see my hands, and from the very beginning, it's always been about the food and what I'm cooking on that. And when I started seeing these guys doing this, guys and gals doing this on the hot seat stuff, I think Hobo Nichol was the first one who started it. And I was always like, oh, man, I don't know if I can do that. And it was probably about 6 weeks ago, I was on one of these, and I would just flip through and I turn on a Thursday night, 8 o'clock. It's like my favorite channel to go to. 8 o'clock on Thursday night, you look and see what's going on. And I don't know who it was. I think it was Booger was the one that said, Tom, you should be on this. And I think it was Christy then that said, yeah, you should be on this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. So, you're seeing me tonight. You get the opportunity to ask any questions you are. You're going to find out about anything you want to know about me. Obviously, there's some stuff that's going to be off limits, but I'll share with you. So I'm here for you tonight. Ask questions, ask away, and I'll answer the best I can. And I want to thank these guys, CJ and everybody, for doing what they're doing here. This is really a great avenue for all of us that are in the YouTube cook community to get together once a week, share ideas, and just be ourselves. I think it's I think it's a great thing. So thanks, guys, for doing that. All the moderators, thank you. And you know what? Right back at you, CJ.
All right. Very cool. Your wife, Marianne, says Tom is awesome. So welcome.
She better.
You better say that. Yeah. And I'm sure you're awesome.
And she's right back at you, dear. She's awesome also. She's my one and only. We've been married for 32 years now. That's a long time to be married.
Wow.
I love her dearly.
Good things. Very cool. See here. Quick back to the chat. Chicken fried barbecues in there. As we mentioned, your wife, Mike from Culinary Cookhouse, Eastwood Farms. See here, 1984 barbecue. How you doing, John? Oh man, I gotta tell you, man, we have a lot of people in the chat here that are excited to see you. If Kirby and Red are here finally, Nice of you guys to show up. Mile Hide 5280, welcome. How you doing? All right, guys. Everybody in the chat who's ever showed up, if you don't know Tom, you're crazy. If you're not subscribed to Tom, you're crazy. Grill Top Experience. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? So if you're not subscribed to Tom, make sure you hit the show more down below and hit up his channel. Make sure you got him. You will learn so much from such a nice guy. So it's awesome. All the moderators, can't co-host, they're all in the description below. Make sure you're subscribed to everybody. This is a tight-knit community. We want everybody to know everybody and love everybody. So if you see somebody in the chat, click on their comment, like the 3 dots next to them, subscribe to their channel too. Let's keep it going. Let's keep these people growing. And of course, we got Mr. Keith Bedtag. He's keeping track of all the viewers. He's the one to let us know that we hit 84 viewers with Miss Booger. So that was freaking awesome. All right. Awesome. You ready to get started? You ready to do this? You pumped up?
Yeah, let's do it. Bring it on.
I'm going to ask you some hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
All right. Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Where are you from?
Right here in southeastern Wisconsin. I was born and raised in a small city called South Milwaukee, just south of Milwaukee. I've stayed in the southeastern part of Wisconsin the majority of my life. I got married, like I said, 32 years ago. My wife Marianne, and that she worked for the city of Milwaukee. She was a quick story here on her, and that's why I'm so proud of her. Is that she was one of the first 2 females on the Milwaukee Fire Department, and she broke boundaries. She went through the fire academy in Milwaukee. I think it's 3 times, and 3 times she got tossed out because of only one reason: she was a female. And finally, it was a judge that finally said to the city of Milwaukee, "You will find a place for these women on the Milwaukee Fire Department." And at that point, they made a position of paramedic. And my wife came on as a paramedic, and she endured a lot. And I tell you what, there isn't anybody who's been through more than she's been through. She retired, I think it's 9 years ago now, as a captain on the Milwaukee Fire Department. Like I said, I can't say enough. I'm extremely proud of her. I love her dearly. And we got married. We got two boys, 2 wonderful sons. Brian Horsman, you guys might know him from the internet. He's got his own YouTube channel. And my other son, Matt Horsman, too. I'm proud of him also. They're 2 great kids. Brian is, I think, 31, and Matt is just turned 30 this year. I might be wrong. Brian might be 32. Matthew might be 30. But Brian's channel is Mad Horse Barbecue on YouTube. You check him out. He does some great cooks. He's got a lot of his grills are hand-me-downs for me. If you've ever seen my channel and you look at my grill collection, you know that I like shiny stuff. And I keep things cleaner than clean. I get people all the time to saying, "Holy cow, those things all new," and a lot of them aren't. I just like to keep them clean. So I've given Brian a lot of my hand-me-downs. He's got my Primo XL Oval, a ceramic, cool grill. He's got a couple other grills. I just recently gave him my pellet grill, my Rectech Mini, modified Mini. He's got that now. He's got a couple other grills. So check out Mad Horse Barbecue. My other son Matthew works for the same company I do, and he's on the road. He's down in Columbus, Ohio, on a job right now. He's been there for I would think about 6 months. And my wife and I, we like I said, we're here from the southeastern part. She's from the southeastern part of Wisconsin too, St. Francis, Wisconsin. We actually met on a blind date. Folks, I'm telling you everything here. And like I said, she retired about nine years ago. We have a house in Florida, and she goes down in October. She comes back occasionally. I go down and visit her, and then she comes back probably right around Memorial Day. So there you go. How's that for an answer?
Well, you actually helped answer like the next question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, hey, this is fine. I told you, just roll with it. Just make sure you're looking at the camera and not at yourself or me. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, if the moderators, anybody who's sober, moderators in there, can you throw up Brian's YouTube channel, please? If it's Mad Horse Barbecue. I think everybody is subscribed to it, but make sure you, if you could throw it in the chat there, Kirby. I think you're the one that's been throwing the links up there. I see Joy Stewart's here, Big Ron Hobbies, Palvy's in there. Let's see here, Miss Ellen, from Ellen's Homemade Goodies, Cooking with James, KC from What's New Barbecue. Side Yard Barbecue. I think you're new to the group here, so welcome, or at least to my hot seat. So welcome. I appreciate you being here. And Tina Cornell, so welcome. And Bottle Cap Barbecue. If you're late again, you won't be allowed in. Sorry, Bottle Cap. And Pauly Q. What's up, Pauly Q? All right, thanks, Kirby. He threw it up there. All right. CJ, this is Meathead's son. Beastmaster 64 going to hot seat out here. Hey, right throw, you tell your dad to get on the horn and we'll make it happen. All right. Let's see here. All right. So you talked about your kids, the spouse, of course. Marianne, if you would like to enter the kitchen and go on camera, that is a big deal for us to see the spouses and show some love. But you don't have to, of course. But it'd be fun if you did. And all your friends are doing it. It's the cool thing to do. So come over. All right. Dogs, cats, anything like that? Any pets?
No dogs, no cats. We've always liked our neighbors' dogs.
Nice.
And Brian, Mad Horse Barbecue, he's got a whole bunch of dogs. He actually, if you're into adopting dogs or fostering, he fosters pit bulls. And he's got 3 of them right now. Two are his own, and the other one he's fostering. And I'll tell you what, my hat's off to Brian, because I couldn't do what he does with those dogs. It's just amazing, and they're so friendly and nice. But occasionally you got to be careful with them. And he, like I said, he does a fantastic job with them.
Right. I had a pit bull growing up, and it was raised by cats. So it was like 100-pound lap dog that thought it was a cat. And they're the sweetest dogs out there if they're raised properly. Just like any animal, you know, they get such a bad rap, but they're sweet dogs and they're protectors, and they love them. So let's see here. Meathead's son is giving him crap about getting on the hot seat. So that's funny. All right. Let's see here. What is your real job besides your wonderful YouTube channel?
I'm a safety guy for a construction company. That's what I do. And I primarily work on bigger construction projects. I've been fortunate to stay here in the state of Wisconsin, close to where I work, but I have traveled the United States and worked in other places, but that's what I do. Right
on. What does that entail for you to do on a daily basis?
Oh, holy cow. Right now I'm on 2 huge projects here in the southeastern part of the state. One is one of the largest projects here in the United States. It's called Foxconn, and they manufacture all the screens and everything, like for your iPhones and everything. And they're building on a 1,000-acre project here, $100 billion job. And right now I'm part of phase 1, which is we're moving about 5.5 million yards of dirt and placing just about as much stone, and it'll go until next August. So we hope to have most of it done this year. But this is the one that President Trump came to for the groundbreaking. It's kind of politically charged. I also have almost a 10-mile road project, part of I-94 interstate. That's just a half mile to the west of where I'm working that I'm overseeing also. And obviously I have a group of safety people that I work with, a lot of good young men and women that I work with on a daily basis. And I'm really proud to be part of it. I'm proud to be part of construction. I've been part of it my entire life. I worked my way through college doing construction, and I've been in construction my entire life. By trade, I'm a mason. You know, obviously when the body gets too old, one of the places they put you is in safety, and I've been in safety now for probably about 10 years now, and I enjoy it. I enjoy working with the men and the women. I enjoy teaching. You know, it's even though there are their days, and I'm the one who the phone never rings with good news. People never call me to say, "Hey, how's your day? I'm having a good day over here." People are always calling me to tell me their problems, but it's okay. That's what I do. So that's what I do.
Right on. I see you mentioned Trump, so we got a lot of MAGAs in the chat. I'm sure Kris Hobo Nichols got his eagle head on right now, rocking the red MAGA cap on top of it. So I'm sure he's excited. Let's see here. I did see Mega Fred. There he is. All right, so we're going to ask Mega Fred his question since he's here, his lifetime question. What is your favorite music, bands, instruments, any of that stuff?
Okay, I'm not I guess I have a whole lot of interest when it comes to the music. My wife is probably laughing right now because she plays music when she's home here. She plays music 100% of the time, and so when I'm not here, I like it to be quiet. But I do like you know, I like some country stuff. I like some rock, AC/DC. I have no issue with them. I like some of the country stuff. There isn't on YouTube. I've been watching some of the remakes of the Chicago stuff. I think that's just cool watching some of the Chicago stuff that we all kind of, well, at least I grew up with, and that's cool to watch. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge music person. When I hop in the truck, I don't put music on. I just usually have nothing on. And the same thing when I'm in the house too, except when I'm cleaning. When I'm cleaning, I'll put something on like Foo Fighters or something like that. I like Foo Fighters also. So yeah, there you go.
I think Hobo was hoping you would have said like 2 Chainz, rapper guy, and then
I have no idea even what that is.
All right, let's see here. My new wife is in the chat, Melise. She hasn't changed her name on there just yet. So everybody say hi to Melise. Let's see here. Big John's Cooking is here. Big Rob D's in the house. And Deep Sea Barbecue. Deep Sea Barbecue will ask you a question. If we're ever stuck on a deserted island, what part of me would you grill or something like that? So just get ready for that later. If you guys have any questions, again, put it in the chat. Attention to Kent Vandy Weird, or capitalize it, or just be like, hey, stupids, pay attention. And Kent will ask it. So with that, Kent, you're up. Ask some questions, baby.
All right. Well, a couple guys you missed in the chat that I saw. Never trust a skinny chef.
I thought I shouted him out at the beginning. Sorry.
From Florida. No, you screwed up again.
Fuck you.
And Big Lou Barbecue is here also.
Big Lou showed up?
Yeah,
that's 2 weeks in a row Big Lou's been here. What's up,
Barbecue?
Big Lou?
And let's see. Hobo says, hey, stupids, pay attention. So there you go. All right, Tom. Speaking of Hobo, first question's from him. Why do you and your son have so many Weber tables? He's jealous as heck because they're not made anymore. So if you get some extras, send them to me and I'll ship them to Hobo.
Well, the answer to that is you got to go out looking, man, because every single one of them that I got, I found it at Ace Hardware. And the majority of them I got were on clearance because they were getting rid of them. So I think he did ask me at one point where I got them from. I said, man, go to your local Ace Hardware. It's one of my favorite places to shop is Ace Hardware. I love going to Ace Hardware. A lot of the Ace Hardwares here in the Midwest, even when I travel, if I travel out of state for work at night, I'm looking for where's the Ace Hardware? Where's the Ace Hardware? My wife and I did a trip out to Brian's. He's in Western Minnesota. And on the way there, when we crossed into Minnesota, she was looking up on the internet, where's the closest, and we were finding Ace Hardwares that were like only a couple miles off of I-90. And we went to like 3 Ace Hardwares on the way out there and found little stuff, you know. So that's the greatest thing. I love going to Ace Hardwares because a lot of times you can find their clearance aisle. And that's where I found the majority of my Weber tables, where they were on clearance. It was just something, I wasn't even looking for them. I popped into an Ace Hardware, I'm looking around, and next thing you know, there's one of the Weber tables on clearance for, you know, $50 or something like that. So, you know, that's where I got them from, you know, and thanks to Hobo. Hobo's, I think, the one who started this whole thing with the hot seat. So,
yeah.
You know,
He started, and then he had some work issues, and I asked if I could take it over for him so we wouldn't lose this Thursday night jam. I love talking anyway, and I love Ken, and I love all the guys in the chat. So it's just, it had to keep going. So Hobo was good enough to let me have this and keep it going for the team. And I think it's been great ever since, and before, obviously.
I agree.
You know, I think we've done a good job keeping it rolling, and I love that Hobo's still a part of it. You know, I can still count on him. I've always asked him questions. When we were having issues yesterday or Tuesday setting this up, I was texting Hobo, so it's nice to know I can always count on that guy. He gets 10% residuals, of course.
Yeah. Thank you to Hobo for starting this. Good job.
This was a hell of an idea for sure. All right, sorry, Ken, get back, brother.
All right. Hobo did say when you said Ace Hardware, he had to leave because there's no ropes in his house. So, Miss Booger wants to know, Tom, what made you start in YouTube, and what made you decide not to show your face on camera?
All right, there are a lot of questions there. The first thing, though, is hats off to Booger. And I want to tell you a couple Booger stories right now, because I was looking at air fryers at Sam's Club, the Power Air Fryer XL. I remember Marianne was with me, and I remember her saying, this thing is really cool. I think I want to get it. She was like, really? You need another cooking appliance? And I said, no, I think these air fryers are really cool. I think they do some cool things with it. And we didn't buy it that day, and then I think they went on sale for like $111 or $119 or something like that. So finally I picked one up, and I hadn't watched anything yet with air fryers. So, you know, I think I did a couple videos, and I'm not sure if she commented on one of my videos first or if I saw her first, but I'll never forget seeing her channel and going, Booger 500 US. What the heck? Who names your channel Booger 500 US? Booger. And I remember the first time that I gave her kind of a shout out, you know, I think I did something she had done and said, hey, this is where I saw it. And I think I didn't know what to call it. So I called it like Booger. You know, hey, I saw this on YouTube. It was Booger. Because I said, there's no way this could be Booger 500 US. And I was thinking to myself, well, maybe it's because she's French Canadian. You know, maybe that's the way that those Canadians say booger. Maybe they say bugger or something like that. So I think the first couple of times I called her bugger. And then after a while, after I heard other people calling her booger, I said, okay, whatever, you know, whatever works for you. So what was the question again?
What made you start your YouTube channel and decide not to show your face?
Okay, so I started the YouTube channel kind of as a joke. I didn't really think it would go anywhere. And I didn't even know how to put videos together or anything. I think my first videos are still on my channel. I think they were 30 seconds. And I was primarily cooking on the Primo XL, and I had an older Weber gas grill. It was natural gas, in fact, hooked up to our old house in Milwaukee. And, you know, I did it as a joke. I really did. I didn't think it would go anywhere. Marianne actually got me the app to put things together on iMovie, actually. And that's what kind of started putting stuff together. And then I started doing a couple videos here and there. And, you know, I think I got up to 20 subscribers, and I said, 20 subscribers, that's unbelievable. I'll never get to 100, but this is pretty cool. You know, so that's what got me going. What was the next question?
Why did you decide to not show your face, just your hands and what you're doing?
I don't know. I'm not the type of person. I feel I should show just what I'm cooking and the utensils I'm using and just my hands. I've watched before that a whole bunch of other people. I'm a big fan. There's a guy on YouTube. I don't even know his name. He's from Canada, and his channel is called AVE, and he tears apart equipment and puts it back together and tells you how it's made. He'll take a skill saw, or he'll take a battery operated something or other, or even a mix master. And the guy's fantastic. He's a millwright by trade, and he knows electric and he knows plastic, and he tears things apart. He does everything. You never see his face. And he was probably one of my inspirations. And I remember saying, well, if he can do it, and he's got like over 1 million subscribers. And, if he can do it and he doesn't show his face, so can I. And that's the way I've always done it. And then I honestly believe that's the way I'll continue to do it. There you go.
All right. So that kind of takes care of Nigel's question. He just put it in the chat. He says, now that we've got to see you, are you going to change the way you do your videos? But you pretty much answered that. So
you got it.
You gotta save me some questions for later, Tom. This is at least an hour.
No, one at a time. Shut up at any time.
All right. Smoking Joe's Barbecue wants to know, how long have you had your YouTube channel?
Oh man, I'd have to look. I honestly don't know. I think I've been serious about it for 2 years or so, but it started before that.
Okay, cool. Sorry, CJ, but you take mine all the time. Deal with it. Christy wants to know, do you think your son, Brian, sounds like Seth Rogen? Because he does to her.
Oh, okay. Well, Christy, if he sounds like Seth Rogen, I'll go with that. I honestly can't remember what Seth Rogen sounds like. Who is Seth Rogen? I don't know.
I'll let Christy fill you in with that. Okay. Quit watching the chat, CJ. Screwing around back there, damn it. All right.
Yes, sir.
Another one from Christy. What is the craziest comment you've ever received on your channel?
Oh, man. That I'm a narcissist? I think I got that one. That was over a year ago I got that. I've had a lot of them. I was telling CJ before we started this today that I probably get, of all of us that are on here today, I probably get the most thumbs down. And although people would debate that, but I probably get the most negative comments. And you know what? At first, when I started getting negative comments, I would respond to them. I don't do that anymore. I don't even ignore them. All I do is delete and turn off that notification. But I'll be honest with you. If I were to look at my channel right now and tell you how many people I've deleted from commenting to me, it's less than 6. So those trolls, as we all call them, they're like one-time shots. They try to get a reaction out of you. I don't give them a reaction. I delete them and I go on. It's my channel. And at first I thought I was obligated to respond to nasty comments. We're not obligated. If you don't like what somebody is saying and it offends you, delete, get rid of it. Don't even bother. Most of those people that are trolls, they're just looking for a comment. They want to start an argument, and I'm not even willing to go there. And neither should you.
Fair enough. I mean,
I get angry. I just want to kill them all.
One of CJ's, I think it was CJ's best videos was when he got his first ever thumbs down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was awesome. You were heartbroken, man. It was like, I remember watching that going, dude, get used to it. It's going to happen all the time.
I had people really concerned, like, it'll be okay. That's just part of the job. And then at the end, I'm like, but like and subscribe. Oh, my gosh.
All right, I got a couple more for you here, Tom, for the first round. Soul Food Cooking wants to know, have you ever bought a grill that you didn't like?
Oh, I don't think so. I really don't. You know, the thing is, if you watch my channel, you know that if I don't like it, I'm going to mod it and make it better. And that's what I do. Even some of the cheapest grills that I bought, you know, I mod and make them better. So, and I do a little research before I buy them. So I know what I don't want, and I don't buy it because I know it's junk. So majority of stuff I buy, I know I want. And usually before I buy it, I know that I got a little bit of an inkling what I'm going to do to it.
That's good research. Never hurts anything.
Yep.
So, Christy had a funny comment on the you being called a narcissist. She goes, he doesn't even show his face on TV. How can he be a narcissist?
It's true.
I just saw that. I thought that's funny.
Good point, Christy. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin wants to know, who's your NFL team?
Well, I'm a Wisconsin guy, and I've been in Wisconsin my whole life, so obviously the Packers. Go Packers.
Attaboy.
You just made Kent's night right there.
Best answer ever on the hot seat. I'm telling you right now. Yes, Susie. Hi, Susie. Susie Caffrey's in the chat. Yes, I got a haircut, darling.
Hey, Susie.
You know, a funny story there. You got to ask my son, Brian Madhorse. He's a big Vikings fan.
I would have kicked him out of the house.
You took him off the wheel, right?
Yeah. You want something? Go hit up Fran Tarkenton, you little shit. All right. Last one for this round. Bottle Cap Barbecue wants to know, what is the best product you've ever been gifted?
Oh, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, that's hands down the Camp Chef pellet grill. I mean, I can't. I'll give you the story behind that. You know, it was early this spring. It was actually late winter. I think it was February when I got an email from Camp Chef asking if I would do a video on my YouTube channel with one of their pellet grills. At first, they wanted me to do a comparison between Traeger and Camp Chef, and I was like, yeah, you know, duh, you know, and I asked stupid questions like, okay, do I have to give it back? And they said, no, you get to keep it for doing the videos. I was like, really? And then all of a sudden, the email stopped. And I emailed them back and I got nothing. And the whole time I'm thinking, okay, someone's pranking me here. This is just a prank. And finally this spring, I think it was maybe April or May, I emailed the guy back from Camp Chef and said, you know, if you're not going to send it to me, I realize you probably watched some of my channel and realize that I'm probably going to mod your pellet grill. At least be honest and tell me, hey, I'm not going to send you a grill. And like 2 days later, I got an email, apology, saying, hey man, we've been busy with trade shows and everything. And yeah, we're going to send you our new model, Camp Chef SG. And, you know, we just want you to do a video unboxing and all that. And I said, oh man, that's awesome. And like 4 days later, it showed up. And I remember I had to work late and it was in the garage and I opened it up. I took the owner's manual out. And my intention was to take it to work with me the next day and start looking at the owner's manual. And I remember they emailed me, and the email was, we sent you the wrong grill. We sent you the old model. We wanted you to have the new model. And I was like, okay, I emailed them back, and they said, did you open the boxes? Yeah, I did. I took the owner's manual out. Okay, don't worry about it. We're going to send you a new one, and maybe you can do a comparison between the old and the new one. I was like, dude, you're sending me 2 brand new pellet grills. And that's what they did. They sent me 2 brand new pellet grills. And that was the best thing I was ever gifted. Put them together and, you know, they're great grills. They do a great job. I gave one of them away. I've got a cousin's husband, Paul. He's, their son, Monty, is my godson. He's autistic, but he loves grilled food. And I always brought over ribs and made on a pellet grill. So I gave it to his dad, and now his dad is able to grill for Monty, our godson. It's Marianne and I's godson. You know, that was by far the best thing I've ever been gifted. Obviously, I've been gifted a couple air fryers along the way. You know, I've got a couple of them, and I do reviews on those. If anyone wants to send them to me, I do the reviews. They all come from China. It's kind of funny when I get the emails because, you know, they take their English classes, but they don't communicate so well. And if you watch any of my videos and my reviews, I've got one right now that I'm using more than the DeLonghi, the one that's the Killy Beam. And it really is, in my opinion, it's one of the better air fryers out there. The only problem with it is, number one, we don't know what it's called because on Amazon it's called the Killy Beam. On the box it says Tezcrit. If the owner's manual has got 3 different names for it, we don't know what the warranty is for it, but it's probably one of the better ones out there that I've ever cooked on. In fact, I just did some pork chops, breaded pork chops on it tonight, and they were phenomenal. But that's too bad about that. So yeah, getting some pellet grills, you know, for free were fantastic. That was the best one ever.
You're lucky you said you gave that one away. I was ready to hop on the highway and head straight east to your place and pick one up from you. So.
All right.
You know, and a couple, you know what? Remember, if you go back to when T-Roy was on, and I was in the chat room offering up a free pellet grill to T-Roy. And that's what it was. And you were saying, hey, you know, Tom Horsman's offering a free I had it in the box. It was in the garage. I was willing to give it to T-Roy. And everybody's like, you know, the crazy guy here's got a free pellet grill.
I remember that. So, Keith Bettag just updated CJ up to 67.
I see that. 68. Right on.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right. You good, Kent?
Yeah, I'm good for now. I got a couple for later.
All right, good. Again, if you guys have questions for Tom or Kent or myself, put it in there. Mile High 5280 said something about the volume and the audio. Kent, put your microphone maybe a little closer to your mouth. Tom's on an iPad in his kitchen, so there's going to be a little echoey. No big deal. And I have the microphone, so we're good. I want to shout out some people I've seen. Chef is in the house. We saw him jump in there. Chef Johnny. Let's see here. Judy. Smoking Best. Oh, sorry. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue, not Smoking Joe's Barbecue. You guys got to work on that name. Let's see here. Smoking Bears Barbecue, Dave's Ohio Barbecue, Brandon BBG Gurley, Mike Montoya. We said hi to Susie already. Smoking Jazz Barbecue, Jay Wade, and Just 8 is in there. So welcome everybody. You're a little bit late to the party, but I have a feeling we're going to go a long time tonight. Are you doing okay, Tom? We're
awesome.
about 40 minutes into this.
Yep.
All right. You need to stretch. You need to take a lap or anything like that. You good? All right.
Bring it on.
Okay. You know, one of my questions is like, how long have you had your channel? So we answered that. What got you started in there? We got that taken care of. So let's talk about your wonderful grill collection that we've seen out there. I kind of want to, chat, like, how many do you have? And then let's talk about the mods. All right.
Okay.
All right. So how many grills do you have in there? And name them off.
I don't know. We'd have to go out and count them.
Really?
I think my wife has a better count than I do.
All right.
But there's probably a good dozen out there. I think she's texting me right now.
That's awesome.
No, she's not texting me about that. She's just wondering if I'm using the microphone. I'm not. There's a dozen out there easily, and then I got a couple here in the house. I want to collect some of the Smoky Joes, but I will only collect them if they're brand new. So I've got a gold, and I've got one of the green ones, And I just recently picked up like a month ago. It's a black one, but it's from the 80s. So it's got the wooden handle and everything. I think that's cool. I'd like to get the Go Anywheres, just the charcoal ones. I watch a lot of, Facebook pages for the Weber guys and that. And people are always showing off their great Weber grills with the different colors. And man, I'm jealous. I'd like to have all of that. I've got probably half a dozen down at the Florida house. Some of them are Webers, some of them are, exactly what I got here. But I guess when we got this house, I was the one that kind of bought. This is actually a condo we're in, but it's got a 3.5 car garage. And the first thing I remember walking up the driveway to see it, and said, "Ooh, I can put a lot of grills in here." And that's exactly my intention. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So. Yeah, and as far as the mods are concerned, I just, when I look at it, whatever I can do to make it cooler, they look great, like the Rectech, putting a stack on the Rectech pellet grill. To me, a pellet grill without a stack is not a pellet grill. They shouldn't have holes in the back. They should have a stack on the side. It looks better. I'll never forget when I did that. And the comments, I'm not on any of the Rectech pages anymore, but it was, oh man, it was like I committed a mortal sin there. And at first, even Rectech kind of downplayed the whole thing. But I think as more people started doing what I was doing to their grill, it was the Rectech Mini, not their full-size ones. And now they got a whole nother line of them. I think they started selling a whole lot of products they didn't think they were going to sell. And in fact, I started sending some videos to Rectech cooking on their modified Mini, and they actually posted it on their website. So, hats off to Rectech for being patient with me and saying, okay, you took our pellet grill and okay, you made it look a little cooler. We don't think it's better, but we're gonna put your videos on our website. I thought that was really cool. A lot of the other ones I do because I just think they should be done. And, that's the great thing about it. And obviously there's a lot of criticism of it, but you know what? It's my grill. I'll do what I want to do to
it. I dig that, man. I did that. So when you're doing the mods, do you have, like when you're researching it or whatever, what you want, do you have an idea what you want to do? Or is it that you're just putting it together and you see, a handle would be good here, a smokestack would be good here, whatever?
I go with the flow, man. If I get on I usually, well, now I'm to the point that before I buy them, I kind of know what I want to do. At first, when I bought them, I would have them for a while. Then I would think, you know what, this would be cool to do. Or, putting another grate on here. Or, hey, putting, a handle here or a smokestack here or another level of cooking here. Or something to do indirect here. The pit barrel cooker is a classic example. I've been banned from every pit barrel cooker page there is on Facebook because of the mods. Those people are religious about their pit barrels. And, and I modified 2 of them now. I got the one in Florida and the one up here. And the mods I did, I think work fantastic. And I think they work cool, but, the people in those groups didn't think so, but for me, it's something I enjoy. And this whole thing of doing the cooking, and for me, it's the cooking, but it's the grills and keeping them clean and doing the mods, and that's a hobby. Thinking how I can make something that's already made and try to make it a little bit better. And it maybe might not be better for everybody, but in my opinion, it's better for me. So that's why I do it, and that's why I share it. And some of the highest volume videos that I have are some of the mods I've done to grills, or even like my Blackstone griddle. When I did that 2-burner modification and put the windscreen around it, or any of the mods I did to that, it got a ton of views. It was it blew my mind how many people were watching that. There are a lot of criticism of it, but a lot of people were watching it at the same time.
Do you think you get more, you were talking about having the most thumbs down or the most negative comments and stuff like that. Do you think it's because you're doing these mods like that? Besides being a narcissist?
Yeah, I would go along with that. I think so. There's people that are very religious. I keep saying that, but they're you don't touch my Weber. You don't. Oh my God, you're going to drill a hole into that. The people in the comments saying, well, you just voided your warranty. There it goes out the door. Whoopee. I don't care. When I do it, I know I'm voiding the warranty. So everybody, I had a guy just the other day and this was like 2 years ago. I put a cast iron pan on the Blackstone griddle and fried some oil and did some bluegills, some fried bluegills on there. And he said, well, you should contact Blackstone because you just voided your warranty by doing that. And I said, dude, that was over 2 years ago and she's still fine. So that's what people do. And I usually to that guy, I didn't delete him. Hey, thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. Thanks for the info.
All right. I see we have a new hashtag in the chat, so that's fun. Ryan from Grill Top Experience said you need a T-shirt that says "I void warranties." I think that's a great idea. You need that. That's your merch right there.
I void warranties. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think so too. You need just write that down and make sure you do. Ken Scott Red's shirt on. That's Tom's new merch right there. I void warranties.
I void warranties.
I love it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Funniest thing that has happened while you're filming that we didn't get to see on the final cuts.
Oh man, the phone calls during while I'm filming. I can remember it's when I'm videoing here. A lot of times, Marianne's not here. It's more comfortable for me when she's not here because she's in the background and she's doing this. No, don't say that because I make a lot of stuff when I'm around. I'm not very factual. In my description of my channel, I say I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur. That's all I am. I'm an amateur. And when I'm doing this, I'm having fun doing it. So if I want to call it the BBQ 5000 or make something up about, hey, let's cook this 4,000 degrees today, I'm going to do that. And that's probably the funniest thing sometimes for me. And this was very early on. She'd be in the other room and I'd be doing a video up here and saying something and she'd be in the background going, no, cut, don't say that. And it's like, that's what I'm going to say. It's my channel. I'm going to say it. But other than that, there's really been nothing offhand that I can think that was, overly hilarious. I've had my fair share of fails. If I have a fail when I'm cooking, I always publish it. I don't delete and redo. I show you what I do. And if it doesn't work, I'll tell you, man, well, this didn't turn out very good today, and I'll show it to you. And it's just, that's what it is. I think that's a great thing about it is making these videos and at the same point being honest with people and telling them what you really think. Like these reviews I do, I'm 100% honest with you. Just because Camp Chef gave me a grill doesn't mean that I'm going to be 100% on their side. I'm going to tell you the good things. I'm going to tell you the bad things too.
That makes sense. And I think people, appreciate that and identify with that. So I'm with you on that. The only thing is sometimes I fudge a little bit at the end when I'm doing the taste test. I don't think there's anything I really make that tastes bad per se, but there's stuff that makes really good. And then there's stuff like, that's good. All right, try this.
Melise, can you throw a comment in the chat, please, regarding that last statement CJ made? We would like to know the honest truth. Thank you.
All right. Alex Wolf has been saying hi, Tom. I don't know if
hey, Alex. I used to work with him. Good man.
Right on. Welcome, Alex. Appreciate you coming on. That's very cool. I see Eric from Smoking Barbecues in there, and Steve from Not Another Cooking Show, who is running 2 channels right now. So you're doing a good job, son. Especially after being so sick the last couple of weeks, and you're still putting out good quality videos. So good job, Steve. Welcome in there, man. What do you shoot with? You're saying about phone calls coming in. Are you using your phone or do you have a camera?
What do you mean?
What do you film your videos with? Is it a camera?
Oh, yeah, my iPad.
You
I've
film
used
with your
my
iPad?
iPad for everything.
That is
What's
awesome.
that?
You and
Yeah.
Kent are
It's
like
been iPad since
brothers
the
right
beginning.
there.
In fact, I've been using the same iPad all the way along. So that's all I've done. You guys got to remember, I'm older, and my tech savvy is, well, CJ can tell you, my tech savvy is not there. I don't know how to edit, So if something doesn't, if I make a mistake, I delete and redo. If I say something that's wrong, I delete and redo. I don't. No editing on my side. It is what it is.
Oh, really? You just put out straight shots, huh? That's cool.
You bet.
Right on. Well, it's the honest way of doing things, man, for sure. It's very cool. And, I think that's a lot of reason why people follow you and really dig you. I mean, besides you got a friendly voice, you got friendly disposition, and everybody loves all the grills you have for sure. But, the fact that you're just honestly just putting out some good stuff, I think that's why you got such a good following, and it's freaking awesome. So, all right. Here's one that'll make you have to think a little bit. So you ready?
Yep.
All right. If Hollywood were to make a movie about you and your channel, who would play you as an actor? You need to find a good hand model, I guess. Yeah.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, huh?
Yes, Hunt for Red October is one of my favorite movies, and Sean Connery's in there, and I always loved him. And he's got the gray hair like I do in that movie. And I don't know if I can do his accent like he did in that movie, but that's who it was.
Hey, that is a hell of an answer right there. I see it too. That's really cool. And it seems like you were ready for that one.
I saw it before.
I was gonna say, did you do a little studying? Did we do some studying there, brother? I love it. All right. So with you started this channel, you enjoy what you're doing, you're using the iPad, it's as simple as can be. You're not making it overcomplicated, which I love. That's freaking awesome. What has kept you doing it? What has kept you on the grind? What you're putting out? I think I saw you had over 500 videos in the 6 or 7 years you've been doing this. So what has kept you going?
I don't know. I just like doing it. It's my hobby. In our old house, I had a shop in the basement where I had woodworking tools and that. And I tell you what, there isn't anybody who makes sawdust better than I do. I am the king of sawdust, man. I'd go down there for hours and make pails and buckets of sawdust. But then we sold the house. I kind of lost my shop. Brian, Mad Horse Barbecue, got all my tools. He's got a 3-car garage too, so he's got them all in his garage. And I had to have something to do. I really did. You can't work all the time, although I work a lot. But this just happened. And that's what keeps me doing it. I like doing it. I honestly think that as long as I enjoy doing it, and as long as I think majority of people are positive toward what I do, that I'm just going to keep on doing it. I don't. I always admire. I admire every single one of you guys for your skills in which the way you present yourself and your video skills and your presentations and how you're able to edit and all that. I can't do any of that. I really can't. You could give me the biggest computer with all the fancy stuff on it, and I'll just stand there and look at it and say, well, like Homer Simpson once said, "Where's the any key?" I don't know where it is. And it's amazing that I fudge my way through all this, because at work I have to do some of this stuff. And fortunately, I have a lot of good young people that work with me that I can get them. How do I do this? How do I do this? Or they throw new stuff at us all the time. And everything they throw at you these days is electronic. And you got to do, it used to be my receipts for work. I'd have to put it in an envelope and write down job numbers and send it in. Well, now it's got to be electronic. Now I have to take pictures and go on this app, and I have to do this and I have to do that. And oh my God, how do I do all this? And, if it wasn't for everybody else helping me out, I figured out my wife, Marianne, and she'll tell you, and she's still watching, that I get frustrated with technology. If there's anything in my life that frustrates me more, it's technology. And sometimes how I miss the obvious on how to work it. So I think one of the things that amazes probably me the most is that I still do this. and that I'm able to upload these videos and put it on YouTube and, you know, troll it out on Facebook and get to over 7,000 subscribers. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I never thought I'd get to 100. I really didn't. When I got to 100, it was like, oh, this is it. I've hit the pinnacle of my YouTube career at 100. And for all of you that are on and you're out there, all you gotta do is look at me. And I say this on a lot of my videos, if I can do it, so can you. I mean, you shouldn't be discouraged by anything. Just keep on plugging away, and it'll happen to you. It really will. So, you know, there's your answer.
Right on. That's good stuff right there, for real. I saw a person in the chat, Paul Veras.
Paul Veras, yeah, he's the
ask
guy
what your favorite flower shop is.
Yeah, he got the Camp Chef Pellet Grill.
Oh, right on. Very cool. All right. Alex Wood Wolf said you're a stud, so that's cool.
Yeah, he's the real stud.
People are beating up Meathead for his editing prowess, and Big Lou said he's a tech tarded too. So there you go.
You know, Big Lou, we gotta get Big Lou on here, because that's one of all the channels that I know. That channel right there has got the best name, Big Lou Bar. I wish I could change my name to Lou so I could name my channel Big Lou. You know, Big Lou BBQ. What you gonna do, Big Lou Bar? And it's just every time he comes on and you watch it, and with his opening with "I'm Big Lou BBQ. What am I gonna do for you today?" And it's just awesome. I've wanted to change my name to Lou for a long time now, and hats off to Big Lou. He does a great job. I love him. And Meathead too. And you know what? I know he changed his channel, but in my book, he's always going to be Meathead.
Yeah, I agree too. It's tough, man. I want to respect the name change, but it's tough, brother. It's tough. Smoking Bears just subscribed to you, so he wanted you to know that. Mega Fred doesn't know anything about computers. He's amazed he can upload, so that's awesome. Big Lou's actually been on the hot seat with Kris before, so you can check out the replay on that one. But hey, if anybody wants to redo the hot seat and come on and be there, give me a shout. I have no problem talking to the people, and I love talking to anybody, even the people that have already been on the hot seat, and it's freaking awesome. So let's see here. I'm gonna take a little break, rest the voice a little bit. We're gonna give you over to Kent.
All right, Tom, we got a few more here. First of all, Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin wanted just a quick statement. He said he found you through Ken at Heavy Metal Barbecue. So seems
sweet.
Like you and Ken are kind of kindred spirits with your tinkering and your mods. So
yeah, Ken does some great mods. I've always been a big fan of Ken. You know, and he does a lot of great stuff. Some of his latest videos where he put a stack on a Weber kettle. You know, nobody's done that before. You know, that's craziness. And then he's got a stoker on the bottom, a PID stoker on the bottom. That's cool. That is really cool. And you know, Ken's one of my favorite ones to watch. Every video is up, I'm watching. I'm a big fan of Ken and Fred too. Fred, he's I'll be back. That's his tag. You know, hey, I'll be back. I love it.
Well, we can. I wanted to pick on Mr. Mega Fred a little bit tonight, but I think I'll just let the Monday night game soak in a little more for him. So I'm sure he wasn't happy with that outcome.
I'm sure he wasn't either. All
right. Booger wants to know, do you get manicures before your videos?
Do I get what? What did she ask?
Manicures.
Manicures?
Since all you show is your hands, she just, for a construction.
Okay, I get her, Booger. No, Booger, I don't. You see what you get, dirty fingernails, that's what it is. You notice I never wear gloves. I wash my hands. I'm old school on that stuff. I'm not I'm not like Booger. I don't have it perfect. She's got such a great channel, and the way she explains the way things does, there isn't a person. And that's why she's as popular as she is. And I've always called her the queen of the air fryer, and she truly is the queen of the air fryers.
Sorry, I had to respond. Fred's cussing me out over here. Damn it. Yeah. So, yeah, she definitely is the queen of the air fryers. Chilling and Grilling with Rob D wants to know, what do you think of Aaron Rodgers? Assuming, hopefully you know who that is.
Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback, man. He's like, he's our next. Well, I can't compare him to Brett Favre because Brett Favre was Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. He's a great quarterback. The way he came back on Monday night, I don't know any other quarterback could do what he did. He is the man. He pulls one out of the hat all the time. He really does. Unfortunately, he is the Green Bay Packers. Without him, they lose.
Yeah, we were doing a live on Monday night, and Rob D was in there, and all I kept saying is, there's always a chance when you got number 12. So, and he proved it. So
yeah, he did.
All right. Side Yard Barbecue wants to know, have you ever ruined a grill by trying to do mods to it?
Oh, hey, that's a great question. I think I've come close. And in fact, I had to replace parts once on a grill on the Big Easy Smoker Roaster Grill. It's got a smoke box in the back that fits in. And I had watched a couple of videos where someone drilled some other holes in it to get smoke back into the chamber a little bit easier. So I decided to drill holes all over the place. Well, what happened, what I didn't look at it, is when I did that and used it, the smoke came out of the grill. It came out of the outside of the grill. It didn't go into the inside of the grill. So I had to order another smoker box. So yeah, and then on my on the Rectech Mini that I had, I had problems with the thing ever since the beginning, where I was getting some smoke coming back through the pellet box. And Brian's dealing with that now because I gave it to Brian. He's dealing with that now. So at one point, I drilled holes up through the bottom of it, and that didn't work at all. That was a stupid idea. So I had to plug those holes off. But it didn't. Once they were plugged up, it was all good to go. So yeah, there's always some things. You take a risk when you do mods, whether they're going to work or not. And that's why you got to be. I guess you got to be careful when you do them.
Okay. Your wife just put in here, the great thing about Tom is that he can fix almost anything he breaks.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of truth to that. There's always a lot of priority, man. When you break something, man, it's like double priority now. Oh my God, I broke it. I better fix it. So yeah, I will fix anything I break, or I'll replace it damn quick. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, dear.
Hey, it's still not too late for Marianne to come in and say hi to the people on.
No, she's in Florida. She already texted and said she's in Florida. She's not going to be coming on.
Oh, all right.
I suppose we can forgive her for that since she's like 900 miles away. But Susie Catherine wants to know, Tom, what is your favorite pizza oven?
Well, okay. That's like a setup question there because I only have one. And I got the Blackstone pizza oven, and that's obviously my favorite. And you know what? They don't make them anymore. So if you've watched some of my videos, the thing does pizza's fantastic. And I like just doing the take and bake. And depending upon what part of the country you're in, there's a chain up here in the Midwest, and I don't know how far they go, but it's called Papa Murphy's. And they have some of the best take and bake. And that's all I cook on there. But Blackstone stopped making them. So if you can find them like on eBay or something like that, pick them up because, man, it turns out a nice pizza.
I think I told you, Tom, that my son actually works for Papa Murphy's, here in Southern California.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you said that when I watched that video, I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah. I do a pizza on there probably once every 2 weeks, and it just amazes me how well that thing does.
Right on. You got any more, Kent?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Speaking of your wife, Mary Ann wants to know if you can show us your little Weber grill.
Sure. Hang on. Let's get, well, hang on.
Hang on. We're holding. We still have 58 people in the chat doing good things. Good job, peoples.
So we got 2 of them here. This little one, and there's a red one like this. Boy, if anybody can find a red one, I'll take it off your hands. But these are really cool. I actually got this from Paul Veras, who's on. He owns a flower shop, Country Floral, here in the Cudahy area, in Milwaukee area. And they actually have these. They put floral arrangements inside these. And there's a little hook here goes on there like that. But these are cool. And these have been around for quite some time. If you ever find one, man, especially a red one, I'll take a red one. And also I got and I found this one on Amazon. This is a little salt and pepper shaker.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a little Weber grill. Kind of cool. So there you go.
Huh, those are neat. That's cool. Salt and pepper shaker. That's a pretty good idea. Well, I can't say the other name anyway. So Meathead wants to know what's your oldest grill that you have, Tom?
Well, the oldest one is the one of the Smoky Joes that I just picked up. It's from the early 80s. It's either 81 or 82 Smoky Joe. It's got the wooden handles on it. It's got the different base to it. It's actually a little larger than the current Smoky Joes that are made. So that would be, without a doubt, my oldest grill. Good question.
And Keith Bettag says you need to mod one of those little mini Webers to fit a full Packer brisket.
When you got this, I actually thought about doing a video, getting a piece of charcoal down there. It is metal, but I don't want to ruin them. It's got a little grill grate. It's all metal. You probably could put like 2 chunks of Kingsford down there and do a little cooking on it, but I don't want to ruin them. They're too cool.
Will that cook about 2 hot dogs at a time?
Yeah, you could do a nice sized hamburger or 2 hot dogs. Yeah.
All right. Last one I got here. CJ Bottle Cap Barbecue wants to know, Tom, what is your favorite spice or sauce company?
Okay, that's a setup too. Because if you watch my videos, you know that I do a lot with the Big Dicks. And Big Dick's Rubs, and it's made by a company called Rubs and More. And some of the greatest comments I've ever gotten has been because I'll say, "Hey, time to break out the Big Dicks." And I saw them, and I ran into them. They're actually on another channel that I got a lot of great advice from. It's called Let'sTalkBarbecue.com. And it's a free channel. Anybody can go on there. It's called Let'sTalkBarbecue.com, and that's just it. It's people that are on there. There's great chefs on there. A couple of guys may even come on here tonight that and they give great advice. And I actually post some videos on their channel. But one of their sponsors is Big Dicks. And hang on a second. Let me get one of them out here. So not the Big Dicks.
Tom's gonna get his big dick out.
Hang on.
Nigel, Tom, no need to boast.
So this is it right here. So there is a story behind Big Dicks. So this was developed by a guy in California that had a restaurant, and some people really liked the rubs he used, and they were going to be in a competition and for brisket. And they asked him that they couldn't give him some of his rubs. So they gave him some rub, and they took like 3rd place. And they said, you know what, you should market this stuff. It's really good. So he was friends with another guy that had and he still is. He's a realtor in Southern California. And so they decided to come up with this company. They call it Rubs and More. And right now they have Big Dick's and they have Cindy Lou's. But the story behind Big Dick is when the guy was thinking what to call it, he decided to name it after his dad. Now, his dad was a naval commander, and I think it was back during the Korean War. And he was a tall guy, 7 foot. And so his nickname in the Navy was Big Dick. And that's how they came up with, everybody makes fun of it. Yeah, break out the big dicks. But it really is. His face is on there, and there's a real story behind why it's called Big Dicks. And I always thought that was cool, and they actually have good products. So, check them out, rubsandmore.com. There's a free plug.
Oh, this chat is going nuts.
It's going nuts right now.
I'm sure it is.
Tom,
it's not good.
You got to rewatch this, especially at about the hour mark when the little Weber comes out and then the Big Dick comes out. It is just going nuts. Your wife's even in there. So.
Your wife's turning bright pink.
Booger's having hot flashes, everything else. So, Bottle Cap said this just turned into a drinking game.
How many times has he mentioned his big dicks?
One final question. Nigel wants to know, Tom, when you take Marianne out to eat, what's your favorite cuisine?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
When you take your wife out for supper, what's your favorite type of cuisine? Is it Italian?
Okay. So I'm going to say, and Marianne can correct me here, I think it's about 2 years ago, Marianne actually has been on a plant-based diet now for, I'm almost thinking 2 years. And she's done a fantastic job. She's lost, she was skinny to begin with, but she's skinnier now. And one of the great things is my wife is very athletic. And she plays softball fanatically. And she's a great pickleball player. And if anybody knows what pickleball is, it's kind of like on a smaller size tennis court, except you're using like a wooden paddle and almost like a wiffle ball. And she plays it sometimes 3 hours a day. And she had bad knees. She had a bad knee that she had scoped twice. And the last time they had it scoped, the doctor said that the next procedure would be to replace her knee. And since she's changed her diet to be a plant-based diet, her knees are fine. She's doing a great job at it. When we go out, it's pretty much whatever I want. I like to have steak. I do like Italian. I like to go out for pizza, if it's good pizza. But the majority of the time we don't go out a whole lot, because usually I'll cook for myself, and then she'll cook. She's got what she eats, and that is what it is. So, like I said, we don't go out a lot, but when we do, it'll be like for, she'll fend for herself. She'll find something on the menu that she can have. Like she always tells me, just because she's on a plant-based diet doesn't mean she can't eat anything, and she can. So that's what we do.
All right. Well, that is the last question I have for now.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So just a reminder, guys, make sure you put your questions in the chat to Kent, and we'll get them asked. We're going on hour 15 minutes. You still going strong? You still good?
Excellent. Bring it on, man.
All right, cool. I've been watching the chat as Kent and you have been talking. So I want to shout out Amy Lynn's here, JP Barbecue's here, featured guest JP Barbecue, Marion from Robert Roy, Tom Hinterman, who I just inked today too, to be on the hot seat. So that's good. Saint 1000's in the house. Papa Texas and Tom's Tinkering is in the house. So welcome, you guys. Jumping in a little bit later, but I'm just damn glad to have you here. Let's talk about just kind of what you'd like to cook. I know since you're doing, Marianne does plant-based, you're a carnivore. What is your favorite thing to cook?
Oh man, here lately, I think one of the favorite things, and I've played with this for a long time, is doing meatloaf. Do meatloaf on the Weber kettle, smoked meatloaf, and I've done a couple videos where I've actually rolled it out and made it thin, and then stuffed it and rolled it. I think some of my most favorite things are, is meatloaf. You know, and especially on the Weber kettle, get a really nice smoke in there from the Weber kettle. Right now, that's my favorite. I like doing beef ribs too. During the week here, sometimes I don't get home to 7:30 at night, and I'll just pick up some wings, put them in the air fryer, and 30 minutes later they're done and they're perfect. So, you know, those are some of my current favorite things. It changes. Everybody's palate changes as life goes on, but that's what I got going on now.
What do you like doing with them wings in the air fryer? What's your favorite little?
I'll just I'll let them start sweating a little bit. Then I put a little Morton's Nature seasoning on there, and I always overcook them. Even legs, I like to overcook them to the point that they're 190-ish, almost 200-ish. I just like them that way.
Right on. Well, Kent has some rub that he can send you eventually. That'll fire you up a little bit. I tried it.
Cool.
It's got some heat.
It's not that hot.
It's got a little heat in there. It tickles you back there.
It's sweet up front and leaves you with a little heat in the back that goes away rather quickly.
Awesome.
Good stuff. All right, so I've seen that meatloaf you're talking about. How you rolled it out. I think that was freaking awesome.
It was.
Mad Horse Barbecues here. Someone decided to show up and join us. You want to say hi to your kid?
Brian, how are you?
Brian, I'm supposed to get you on the hot seat, so you're in, man. Give me a call. We're gonna get you on the hot seat and get you. We got dad. It'll be the first dad son group on here, right? I think, Kent. What do you think?
Yeah. Other
besides Meathead and his son Rythril.
Well, yeah. Either that or Hobo and Chef Johnny.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Brian, I'll be in touch soon, man. We need to get you on here too. All right. Let's see here. What is the go-to drink that you have? You said you have a beer every once in a while. Is there anything that you go to and have to drink? Money, no object.
That's it, beer, man.
Just beer?
I'm not a mixed drink person. If I have anything, it's going to be a beer.
Is it Milwaukee's best?
No. Miller Lite is okay with me. I got no problem with that. Brian's from Minnesota. When we're in Minnesota, we go over to New Ulm, Minnesota, and they got a brewery there that makes grain belt, and I like grain belt. It's only available here in the Midwest, only in selected places here in Wisconsin. But Minnesota and Iowa, you pick up grain belt. It's called the Friendly Beer, and I do like to have some grain belt.
Right.
That is actually, Tom, that's brewed about an hour and a half north of me.
That's right, New Ulm. Yeah, you got to go up there, man. The brewery tour is cool.
Tom's Tinkering and Adventures said that he likes the PBR, the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Good for him.
I know my pops, my dad used to dig Miller Lite too, so those were the first beers I sampled on when I was a kid. Asking my dad for a drink here and there. So anytime anybody says Miller Lite, has a little fondness in my heart. It makes me think of pops.
If Paul Veras is still on, he'll tell you it's Blatz. He's a big Blatz man.
Blatz, yeah. He just put the comment in the chat right now.
Did he?
Yeah, that's awesome. What timing? Very cool. So we're gonna ask Christy Cooking Channel's lifetime question. What is the best and worst thing you've ever made?
Oh, and the best is going to be some of the rolled meatloaf. That's probably the best I've ever made. I can't think of. There's been so many worse, Christy, that I've done, that I've tried, that have failed. I honestly can't think of what it is, but I'd have to go through 500 videos to tell you what it is, but there's plenty of them that I have screwed up, or it's just like, you got to be kidding me, this is terrible. So, what did I try doing once? I think I tried I think I tried bacon wrapped pickles once.
Ooh.
And I saw somebody else do it, and it looked pretty good, but it was horrendous. And pickles, in my opinion, should be cold, not hot. And
Well,
it softened them
me
up a
having
little
loved
bit.
those pickles.
Yeah, and it didn't. So that was in recent memory. That was one of them that didn't turn out so
well. Your wife said when she was actually eating meat, your pork ribs were fantastic.
Yeah, she used to love them. I used to, and Brian, when Brian was still in town and working, he moved out of the house. We always invited him over on Sunday for Sunday dinner, and that's one of the things I would make it on a Primo XL oval, which he has, and that makes fantastic ribs.
All right, on.
And Marianne, I'll make them for you any day.
Oh, you know what? You're driving Booger crazy with all the mentions of your wife and all that. She's like, he's so sweet. He mentions his wife so much.
Or her husband is also named Tom, and I'm sure he's a pretty damn sweet guy too.
Tom is a sweetheart. He actually joined in on Booger's hot seat for a little while there too. He showed off his wiener to us, so that was a good time.
That's right. They're their dog.
Yep, they're wiener dogs. So,
yeah.
So you showed off your big dicks, and he showed off his wiener. So I think
there you go. We got a trend going.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Ryan does next week. So that'll be interesting.
Fest.
What'd you say, Kit?
Sounds like a total sausage fest.
Total sausage fest. I think that's why Booger likes it so much.
Yeah, it could be too.
Yep. All right. So last question. We'll go back to Kent. What is the guilty food pleasure? Money's no object. You can go wherever you want. Whatever food you want. What is it?
I would say
don't say rolled meatloaf.
Some fancy buffets. Some one of the buffets in Vegas. We try. I love going to Vegas, and I don't think I'm going to get there this year. In fact, I don't think I will at all. But hopefully, early next year I can get there. But at Caesar's Palace, they got the buffet. Yeah, exactly, man. And I'll tell you what. Oh, jeez, they got it all there. And that's my guilty pleasure right there, because you can go there for breakfast and have fried chicken and waffles.
Yep.
And it's if anybody goes to Vegas, you got to try that at least once. It's pricey, but it's, in my opinion, it's well worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And you bringing up Vegas, Vegas is my town. It's my Disneyland. It's a 3-hour drive from where I live right now. So
it's a good thing I'm not there, because I'd be there too far. I'd be there too often.
Yeah, we're actually going November 2nd to the 4th. And we're meeting Josh and Babe out there. And I see Eric from Smoking Barbecue Tips and Recipes says he's going in 3 weeks. I don't know if that lines up with what we're doing, but great to see him out there. We were out there a few months ago, whatever it was, and we went to the Wynn buffet, and that one knocks your socks off too. And that one was actually
never
free.
Done that one, yeah.
It was free, so it actually tasted so much better. So we like that.
Wow.
It was part of some offer or some crap that we had from me playing my penny slots or whatever. Say he's going October 5th through the 8th. That's back a little bit. You must be thinking November. So we're gonna miss Eric there. That's too bad. Let's see here. Scent 1000 says someone should do a shredded chicken and waffle sandwich. That's a hell of an idea right there.
Yeah.
I love chicken and waffles. Yeah, I think it's a good combination right there for sure. We're getting kind of wrapping. We got a few more questions, but I don't want anybody missing out on a chance to ask Tom a question. So make sure you guys are putting the questions in the chat for Kent. Okay. So speaking of Kent, what you got, brother?
Nothing.
You got absolutely nothing.
Goose egg, baby.
All right. Hey. The chat is lacking on questions today. Tom Hinterman said Vegas is only 30 hours for him. Well, that sucks. Jump on a plane, brother. Let's see here. Local casino near Tom's Tinkery says the buffet is great. That's cool. Okay, I got one. I don't know if Kid saw it, but Your son Brian said, "Who's your favorite son?"
They both are.
Aww. Who's his favorite son? Hobo echoed it too. They both. You know what I have? Well, there's 5 kids in our household here. We're a little blended family. I tell all of them they're my favorite as long as they're doing something for me. Like, go give me a water, or can you take out the trash? You're my favorite today. So, and we only have one girl, so she's the favorite daughter all the time.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's get back to my questions then. All right. Tough question here. 3 channels you watch. One big, one small, and one you think should be bigger.
Oh man. Well, big would be would be Justin, that baby back maniac.
Right.
And then
you know, honestly, let me interrupt you. You were the first person not to say T-Roy. I think. Okay. I really think. I mean, in our little cooking community, you know, the Facebook group or whatever, I think you're the first one not to say the biggest one you watch is T-Roy. So that's
okay. Well, you know, when Justin comes out with one, and there's a little bit of a backstory here, and it goes back a couple of years. I think it'll be 2 years ago on Thanksgiving. He gave me a shout out on one of my videos, and I got like 100 subscribers overnight. And I'll never forget that, because I was below 1,000 at the time, and I think I went up to 700 from 700 to 800 overnight. And that was Justin just giving me, and we've kind of chatted back and forth over the years. I know his dad's not doing well now, you know, and he's spent a lot of family time, and you know, prayers to him, and hopefully everything turns out well. But I've always been a fan of Justin's style, his humor. I think Baby Back Barbecue Olympics was just, I think that was the first video I watched of his. I probably watched it 100 times. It made me laugh so much. I think some of the smaller ones would have to be Heavy Metal Barbecue, Ken from Heavy Metal Barbecue. Medium size, obviously Booger is one of my favorites. I watch her all the time. She's got a great channel, does a great job.
So not cooking with CJ at all? No. All right, fine. Not Ken, Daddy Dutch cooking and barbecue. Okay, fine.
Well, you guys were my favorites from the beginning, you know.
Oh, of course. I feel like Brian right now. Yeah, you're my favorite too. Whatever. Ken, you got something to add to that?
Let the criticism go. You asked me the question, I answered.
He's kind of like you. We're his favorites as long as we're doing something for him.
Exactly. All right, and I agree with Booger too. We all love Booger. I have a video coming out on Sunday with an air fryer, so I paid homage to the queen. So,
there you go.
Yeah,
awesome.
And I did. I have another video that I did. That will be the next one. And I used some Beazell's seasoning that I got in New Orleans. So I gave a shout out to Papa Texas, because he's the one that introduced Beazell's to me. I had never heard of it. And we were walking around New Orleans, the French Quarter, and I saw, you know, I knew there was a spice shop that I've been there before. And I got, you know, I love that Slap Yo Mama rub that you get from down there. So I got a big old thing of that. And then I saw the Beazell's. I'm like, I have to buy this. I have to do something because of Papa Texas. So it was a good time, and I can't wait to use it some more. So
cool. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, right on. Boogers, Hobo says, Booger is my 3rd favorite Canadian, first female Canadian. So there you go, Booger. That's a big deal. That is a big deal right there. All right. Since Meat Cranium is still here, who would be on your personal Mount Rushmore? 4 people you just admire, love, whatever. It doesn't have to be cooking channel, or just whoever.
Oh man, I gotta think about that. I think Ronald Reagan would be one of them. President Reagan.
Ronnie Reagan, right on. Please don't say Trump.
I'm a big fan of Mike Rowe.
The Dirty Jobs guy.
Yeah, Dirty Jobs guy. He's got some great.
That guy.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's got a great voice. I've always wanted to do what he does. Although I'm not an opera singer, he was an opera singer, I believe, first.
Really?
And he started doing commentary.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he actually was an opera singer, and then he started doing all the commentary. He does all the deadliest. He does all the fishing ones, and he does a great job. So I think I'd have him on there. I don't know. I'd have to think about that some more. I'd have to give that some deep thought as to whom I want to have on my personal. I don't know. I think those are like two right now. There's more. I'd have to think about it.
You know, a lot of people like to say their wife. So.
Oh, okay. Well, now I feel guilty.
It's not too late. It's not too late. Not too late.
I'm sure she's still watching.
We could edit this out.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I should have said CJ. That's what I should have said.
And then I would appreciate this a lot more instead of being left out. Yeah. You should see the chat's going right now. Everybody's saying wife, your wife. Okay. Great. Now he has to pick one of his kids. All right, we'll throw Brian up there too. All right, there we go. Hope Matt's your other son.
Yes.
All right, I hope he doesn't get too jealous. He's not here, so Brian would be my favorite because he's here. So there you go.
Okay.
All right, what is one thing that most people don't know about you?
I don't know. I don't know. That they don't know about me. I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't mention a lot on my videos that I'm married. I don't think I make a whole lot of comments that I'm married or about my wife. I just kind of try and keep it, generic to what I'm doing or what I do for a living. I don't say. I try and keep everything just focused on the food and the grills and that. I don't know that I'm a closet vegetarian. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I'm not.
Your wife said that you're very loyal and a great husband. Oh, wow.
Okay.
She sounds like a sweetheart. That's all.
She should be on here giving these answers.
Yeah, Marianne, we're gonna put you on the hot seat. All right, you're up. And Booger said, "Oh, how sweet." Oh, did you ever serve in the military?
Negative.
All right.
Never have. I want, I thought about it seriously, but I never did. Would have been proud to, though. Would have been very proud to.
Definitely.
And I want to thank everybody who has been. I think Meathead served. There's the pit dog guy. I think he was in the Navy. I think there's a couple other guys. Yeah.
Yeah. We support the vets big time around here and all the first responders. So we appreciate all the service. Anybody's in the chat that we missed or is watching.
I think Red wasn't Red in the Marines or something like that.
Who?
Red.
Oh, Red. Yeah, Red was a Marine, I believe. Yes. So I don't think he's here anymore. I think he had to go to bed. He said he gets up at 4 a.m. So that's a little rough for the big guy. I saw a couple more people come in the chat. Cooking with Corey and a World Supporter who I just saw jumped off. World Supporter always just comes in. He's a very good supporter. So that's good. And Cooking with Corey is a brand new channel, so make sure you guys check him out. Click on the 3 little dots next to his name. Give him a sub. I've got him to come on the hot seat a little bit later in the beginning of the year, I believe. So that's it. Someone says shout out to Phil. Nigel said that. I don't know what Phil we're missing. Are you talking about Daddy Cooks?
Yeah, they brought up Marion being in the Navy and Phil being
right
in the Armed Forces too. So
yeah, okay, cool. All right, guys, I got 2 more questions left. So if you have any more questions for them, put it in the chat. We're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. Cooking with Corey. There you go, guys. He just put something in the chat. Hit the 3 dots next to his name. Give him some love. Phil, Lyle, all them guys, thank you for service. We've thanked you guys before in these chats. We appreciate all you guys. Let's see here. I got one more question, so better hurry up. Kent, are you done?
Nope, I got 2 more.
Got it. Go.
Want me to go now or what?
Yeah, go.
All right. Ken at Heavy Metal Barbecue wants to know, Tom, is there a new stick burner in your future?
You know, I don't see a stick future. I've watched Ken and I've watched my son Brian with one, and man, that is a lot of work. Maintaining that temperature and constantly feeding sticks in there. Maybe when I retire and I have more time in my life, I would get one. But right now, no, I'm sorry. You two, and Brian, by the way, has taken his and put it on under the back deck. So his Oklahoma Joe is back there. Ken's got his fancy one, and he does. He's done. I've been, he did some mods to it, and he does some great cooks on it. But not in the future for me. No, thank you.
All right. Well, if that Vikings fan wants to get rid of that other Oklahoma Joe, you tell him to let me know. So, Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue wants to know, behind, over your left shoulder, is that a giant fly swatter or is that a pizza peel or what is that hanging?
Oh, that's that is a pizza peel.
We had a couple of questions about that earlier, and I was like, yeah. So I thought I better get that one in. So, let's see. Your son says, yeah, the only reason the Oklahoma Joe is underneath his deck is because he ran out of room in the garage. So build a bigger garage then, damn it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Problem solved right there.
So that is all I have.
All right.
Cool.
One more question for you there, Tom. You've done great tonight.
All right.
You stood up the whole time, right? You're just standing
here. Yeah.
Me and Kent could not do that. We could not stand up on these old knees.
Speak for yourself.
This is flown by. I can't believe what time
you're leaning. Don't even try to tell me you're standing the whole time.
I stand the whole time. There is not a stool or a chair.
You're leaning on the counter. Come on.
That doesn't count. I'm still on my feet.
All right. I'm the only lazy one. I'm the only lazy one. All right, Kent.
Well, no, Hobo is too.
Oh well, yeah. Hobo like to sit down too. All right. So last question: who would you like to see come on the hot seat?
Well, obviously Brian Horsman, Mad Horse Barbecue.
All right, you heard it here first, Brian. I'll be in touch, and I'd like to get you on for sure. Hobo said he's too drunk to stand, which I get it. No knee pain, trust me, right on. Let's see here. Johnny said he found a few channels here tonight. That's very cool. Make sure you guys can't put a hashtag on there that says CJ sits when he pees. How'd you know? You got a camera in here? What the hell? Anyway. All right, cool, Brian. I appreciate it. This chat has been awesome tonight. I love that we have such a good group of people that come and support every week. They love you, Tom, for sure. This is such a big deal to a lot of people, and I really, appreciate you being on. So, Kent, you got anything to wrap it up with, dude?
No, I am all done over here.
All right.
I'm good. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you, guys. This was I can't believe how fast this went. It's unbelievable.
Right on. Well, do you have anything you'd like to say to the people on the chat or out there in the world?
Thank you for watching, man. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for your support. Thanks, Marianne, for putting up with me. That's if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have all these grills. I wouldn't be doing what I was. She understands and supports it. So, and to you guys for having me on. That's, man, I can't say how humbled I am over the opportunity to do this. It's really been great. I was nervous when I first started, but I eased into it, and it's just been. I'd do it anytime for you.
That is awesome, man. I can't tell you how happy I am that you came on. It's great to actually put the face with the voice. I'm glad that you we were both able to figure this out on Tuesday to get you on here.
With your help.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm just glad we worked it out. It was
Me too.
It was very cool. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat the link to the Hangout. Tom, if you want to hang out for a little bit and, 5 or 6 people jump in afterwards and BS for a little bit, feel free.
Sure.
I'll put the link in the chat in a moment. I just really want to thank you, like just from the bottom of my heart, man. This is very cool. You're a great person. We all enjoy you. You have such a loving feeling out there, and really just thank you. So this was a good time. I'm glad we did this. So very cool.
Awesome.
Everybody in the chat, thank you guys for showing and supporting. Make sure you guys hit the like on the way out. Subscribe to people in the chat. Subscribe to all of us, whatever. Just keep the community rolling hard. Hobo, turn the thumbs down up now. You can do that. It's fine. Keith Bettag, thank you for keeping track of the people for me. Again, I appreciate you too, Keith. All right, guys. This is it. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, really quick. Next week guest is Ryan from Grill Top Experience. I think it's going to be another awesome chat because Ryan has been testing the slow and sear versus Weber kettle baskets. So we have a lot of people on both sides of the aisle on that one. So it's going to be great to see that and see the comments in there. I'm hoping maybe Dave from Adrenaline will show up. I know Meathead will be in there. Meat Cranium. And I think it'll be it's going to be a good chat. All right, everybody, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching The Hot Seat. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.